I hope you all are doing well, and today in the class we are going to discuss about the GCE A level paper of 2019. Since we have already done the MCQ, I'm going to discuss the part B. And if you are watching this through YouTube, of course we will post more tutorials, including the 2019 MCQ paper will be out soon. So today I'm going to discuss this part B of the paper, which means that we'll be starting from the first question, which is going to be a logic gate and a Boolean algebra problem. So in this video we are going to discuss the basics which we require to answer the question, right? So let's get started with it. So the first question says that the Boolean function known as the majority function takes n binary inputs and outputs 1 if a majority at least half of the inputs are 1, otherwise it outputs 0. Let us consider the case when n equals 3. Now it says that in the first line says that the Boolean function known as the majority function takes n binary inputs. And here they have said again, let us consider the case when n equals 3. That means this is going to be a 3 input question, which is with n equals 3, which is the 3 input majority function, whose inputs are a, b and c. As I said, 3 inputs, a, b and c. Right. Now, since we have this, right, we have a, b and c, and the output is going to be z, right? The output is going to be z. Now give the truth table for the 3 input majority function. So now you have to generate a truth table. So this is how we are going to do it. So first of all, you can clearly see here we have 3 inputs, a, b and c, and there is one output which is z. So therefore, if you consider this question, you should do a small calculation, right, to plot the truth table. Basically, for the convenience of explanation, I will teach you like this. So number of rows in the truth table equals to 2 to the power n. For example, if n equals 2, then 2 to the power 2 is 4. So there should be 4 rows. But in here, there are actually 3. Taking n equals 3. Taking n equals 3. Taking n equals 3, we can finally obtain that 2 to the power 3, as we all know, that is simple. 2 into 2 into 2 is 8. So the number of rows in the truth table is 8. Now you should plot the truth table. I'm quite sure that if you pause the video now and if you try to draw the truth table by yourself, it will be much easy for you to understand. But if you do not understand this lesson, that's fine. That's what I'm going to explain now. Plot the 3 inputs, and the final column will be for the output, right? So this will be A, this will be B, and this will be C. Finally, we'll have Z as the output, as it is given in the question, right? Right, now since we have drawn the table, now let's plot out the graph. Right, so in here you have to start up with 0, right? You have 0 here, another 0 here, another 0 here, and another 0 here, and you draw a small line here, right? And in here we have ones, 1, 1, 1. As you saw that 2 to the power 3 is 8, so there should always be 8 columns, right? So now you have 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. This always should be followed when you consider the first column. When you consider first column, you should have 4 zeros, 4 ones, and if there is 2 to the power 4, which means there will be 16 rows. If it is having 16 rows, then you should have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. It goes as that. Now, let's consider B. We have 0, 0, right? Now we should put 1 here. We should put 1. 0, 0, 1, 1. In here it's 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Right. So now we have drawn the truth table. Now we should generate the output. Now in the question it is said that this Boolean function known as the majority function, right? If a majority, at least half of the inputs are 1, then otherwise if half of the majority of the inputs are 1, the output will also be 1, right? So therefore, if it is given as so, we should take Z. In here we'll have 0 because the majority says no. In the second row, the majority says no because 2 people say no and 1 person says yes. So therefore this is also 0. In here also only B says yes, but A and C say no, which is denoted by 0, right? So this is also 0. But in the fourth row you can see that B and C say yes, but A say no. So therefore you have to put 1 here. But now in the fifth column again you are going to have 0 because the majority says no. In the sixth column you have the people saying, 2 people saying yes and 1 saying no, so this will be 1, right? This will be 1. This will also be 1, and this so now you have plotted the truth table, and these will be the outputs. We have 1 here, 1 here, 1 and 1. And now we have already completed the part A of this question. So part A is correct. So for this one you will get full marks, but you are missing something here. That is, you should mark the points. You should first identify if you are going to take the SOP expression or the POS expression. The SOP expression means SOP expression. The SOP expression is the sum of products. Sum of products. So since you have the SOP expression, it is the sum of products, you should consider, look towards the rows with the output as 1. So if we consider the SOP expression here, we will get an expression like this. We will have this, we will have this, and this. So in here you have A, B and C, which means we have A dot B dot C, A dot B dot C, A B C, A B C. Now we have ABC, ABC and ABC. So now you have here, you have 1 here and you have 1 here, but you have 0 here. So in SOP expression, we consider the null value to be an inverse value, which means that we should put an inverse in a bar sign here. This is called A bar. If you come to the 6th row, you will see that B has a null value, which means that B will be B bar. In here you have A, B, C, which means that C is null, and that means A, B, C bar. So this is C bar. But in here all are 1, so therefore there will not be any bar signs. So therefore the final expression you can obtain it as Z is going to be equals to A inverse can also be represented by a comma, and you have B C plus A B C plus A B C inverse plus A B and C. So now we have the final output of the truth table as this. So now that you have obtained the first answer, you will get full marks for the first answer. Now if I teach you something like this, now we have obtained the SOP expression, but in the exam if they have given you to obtain the POS expression, how are you going to obtain that expression? This is how you should obtain the POS expression. In the POS expression, right, POS expression, which means that product of sums, which means that look towards the rows with 0. Look towards the rows with 0. So what are the rows with 0 in this question? The rows with 0 in this question is these couple of rows, right? This is 0, this is 0, and this is also 0. 0 expressions, right? Now this is called POS, which means the product of sums. Product of sums means the addition, right, of the sums of each of these columns, which means that A plus B plus C. Now you can see that I haven't considered this as inverse. Why is that? Because this is POS expression. In POS expression, 0 is said to be the non-inverse, while if there is a 1, that is said to be the inverse value in POS, right? That is said to be like this. So in the second row, third row, right? The third row, you should name this, if they have given in the question, this as starting from 0 and goes up till 7, right? Goes up till 7. So if we consider number 1 here, right? Number 1 has the 1 at C. So therefore we consider it as inverse. In here you have A, B and C, which means that B has 1. Therefore you should put A plus B plus C. And here you have A bar here, A bar plus B plus C. So therefore the output of this POS expression is, if we consider the POS expression, that is going to be A plus B plus C. I'll put the inverses once I have get through with the question. A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C. Right. So in here you can see that C has 1. So therefore this will be C inverse. Here B has 1, which means B will be inverse. But in here, in the row number, in this row you have 0 here, which means that A will be inverse like this. So this is according to the POS expression. According to the POS expression. While this is according to the SOP expression. According to the SOP expression. Right, so now we have these answers for the question. Now we have completely discussed the first question. But in the exam, if they have not given to what to choose from, whether it's SOP or POS, you can put either SOP or you can put POS. That's no problem, right? That's no problem. But if they have said use SOP, then you should use SOP. Or if they have said POS, you should use POS. Now in the second question, part B, they have given that using Karnaugh maps, derive a simplified Boolean expression for the output Z in the dry input majority function, which means that you should have the answer in 3 input majority function in a Karnaugh map. Now how are you going to plot the Karnaugh map according to the part B of this question? Right, the part B of this question says that you should derive the final answer using a Karnaugh map. This is how we are going to plot the Karnaugh map. Since this is a 3 input truth table, we should have only 2 rows. Sorry about that. We should have only 2 rows. So in this Karnaugh map, according to the part B of it, we can see that in here we have A and we have B, C. This is how you plot the Karnaugh map. You should clearly understand this, right? You should clearly understand what we are going to do in this Karnaugh map. This is the correct procedure. Make sure you always follow this procedure. So if we have A, we have B, C. Now, first of all, we should put A bar. Then we have A. Right? And here we have BC. BC, wait a minute, I'll tell you the things here. BC. BC. Now in the first column, you have 2 bar. Then you have first bar. Then you have no bar. Then you have last bar. Make sure you remember that formula. 2 bar, first bar, no bar, last bar. Right? Considering SOP, you should mark in the Karnaugh map the SOP things, which means the ones which are marked in red color. So it is A bar BC. A bar BC is located here. A B bar C, A B bar C, A B bar A B C bar, and A B C. Alright. So now you have 1, 1, and 1. Now to see obtain a simplified expression using the Karnaugh map, you should actually uh, draw boxes of even values, right? You should have boxes of even values, which means that if we consider this part, that we should have 2 here. We cannot take 3. That is a rule when we box according to the Karnaugh map laws. We cannot take 3 values. We can only take 2 or 4 or 6. 6 not 6, right? We can take 1. We can take 2. We can take 8 and 16 and 32 and so on, because it is going up from the 2's count, right? Which means that 2 to the power 0 is 1, 2 to the power 1 is 2, 2 to the power 3 is 8, 2 to the power 2 is 4. Right, it's going from the 2's power. We cannot take 6, that was a mistake. We can take 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, things like that, right? Only whether it's a SOP expression or POS expression, always follow these rules. You should always take powers of 2, right? 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3. So now we have discussed that concept here. Now in this thing we have another box here, which means that we should underline this. In Karnaugh map you cannot box out diagonal values. Perhaps if you have 1 here and 1 here, you cannot box that, right? In Karnaugh maps you cannot box diagonal values. You can only box horizontal or vertical values, right? So we have BC and we have right. So this is about it. So considering the boxes, we must consider this first box, which we have 1 here and the other one here, which means that A, B bar C and A, B, C. The common part of this is AC, right? What's common here is AC. What's common here will be AC, right? We have next thing, we have ABC bar, which means that we should consider taking AB. We should consider taking AB. We have BC, A bar BC and ABC, which means that we should consider taking the common values BC, right? Now we have 3 values, so this will be the simplified SOP expression, right? The simplified SOP expression is Z equals AZ plus AB plus BC, right? So this is simplified expression according to the part B of this question, right? So moving on, we have to construct a logic circuit for the 3 input majority function using NAND gates. So here you should underline the word NAND gates only. In this question they have given NAND gates only. Let's underline that, NAND gates only. So that means that we should only use NAND gates for this question. We cannot use any other gates, such as NOR, we can't use AND gate, we can't use NOT gate, we should only use NAND gate. So you should know a couple of functions when it comes to the NAND gate, right? You should know a couple of functions when it comes to a NAND gate, that the AND gate of the NAND version is derived like this, right? Consider you have 2 inputs, A, B, and then we have this, and this has a dot here, and this goes like this. This is the AND gate of the NAND form, right? Of the NAND form, the OR gate is going to be something like this. So let's consider, sorry, in here you should have put one more thing. You should have this, right? So this is the AND gate of the NAND version, right? So the OR gate of the AND version is, the OR gate of the NAND is something like this. Say you have something like this. Let's say you have to add A plus B. This is the O. This is basically A dot B, right? This is A plus B. Right. Now in this question we have and OR gates, right? We have and OR gates. That means that we will get a scenario which has something like this, right? We'll have a part where we'll have two things like this. For example, if we take A dot C and A plus B, we'll have AC and AB here, AC and AB, and then to add this we will have this. So therefore there will be two of these parts, right? There will be two of these gates. That gate, when two of these meet, they will be simplified to a single line. They will be simplified to a single line. So therefore if they are simplified to a single line, what you should know that is that we can simplify it like this, right? The final part, this is A, this is B, this is C, right? Here we have this, and finally this will be your answer for part C. So this is about it for the question, right? So these are all the answers required for this first part. So therefore now, since we have discussed the first part, I'll put a red tick in the first question. That means we have completely discussed the very first question, right? So we will have so this is the first question, and for those of you who are watching this video on YouTube, this is just the first question. I have made a separate video for the part for the question number 2. You can have watch at that in the next video. So this is the video for question 1. Those children in my class, please do not leave the class. I'm going to discuss the second question. I will for in YouTube I will just put the questions one by one, right? Have a nice day and thank you.